Fabrice the Artist here, back with another video. And today I would like to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind for a few days. For anyone who's following me on Instagram, you guys probably know that I just recently completed this Mike Tyson drawing, and it's got some reasonable amount of attention for completing it, such as having Joe Rogan retweet it. Having Mike Tyson himself share to his story, and quite a bit of hype surrounding the drawing, which is a lot more than I was used to at the time. And then following this success of the Mike Tyson drawing, I made a boatload of print sales and things were great. You know, I was getting more clients on Patreon. I was spending the last couple weeks fulfilling print sales and packing prints, and getting quite distracted with what actually got me here, which was focusing on drawing. So that was all great, but something that I realized the last few days actually is that this was something that I wasn't really prepared for actually. So one thing that I've noticed is that I think that I was riding some sort of high, being shared on my local news channel, CTV, and getting all that positive recognition, and even having fellow artists tell you that you're the shit, or having your friends tell you that you're awesome or famous and this and that, and all those compliments are great. It's sometimes hard to not let this stuff get to your head, no matter how humble you think you are. That was my first, small break, I guess you could call it, it felt like I was getting more momentum behind my art career. And since trying to be an artist a couple years ago, I would say that probably was my first little break, I guess you could say. So I didn't really know what to expect, and I was just happy to be riding this wave of success, so to speak, with the increase in print sales, and I was on cloud nine. But here's the thing, I was not prepared for the come down, I guess you could say. I was unprepared for the fact that all that was completely unsustainable. I was telling myself, all these print sales, there's no way this is sustainable, it's just a short-term blip, and then, next thing you know, you're making all these sales, and you have it in your head that, this is what you're gonna be doing now. And inevitably, when those print sales slow down, or that recognition comes to a halt, or the high of all that short-term recognition that you were experiencing for the first time wears off, what are you going to do then? So I felt like I was going through a short period of, low-grade depression almost like you're coming down off like a drug is what it felt like. If you think about this recognition, all of a sudden you put all this work into completing this drawing that you feel like is your best work, and you're getting all kinds of amazing recognition for it and all kinds of praise. Your friends are telling you that you're the shit, you're getting all kinds of compliments, and you're basically on cloud nine. But that can't last forever, so what are you gonna do then, right? So I found I was getting very distracted, not focusing on my next drawing, which is always what I hop right back on and do. As soon as I finish a drawing, I'm looking for that next drawing and starting it right away. And I kind of fell away from that, which I got caught up in the excitement and the high, I guess and the aftermath, I guess, of completing that drawing and all the business side of it that came along with it, which was awesome. But when the print sales and everything else eventually wore off, right, I don't think I was mentally prepared to deal with it being at an all-time high, and dealing with the business side of it, and making thousands of dollars in print sales in a short period of time. For the first time ever, it hits you a certain way. And even if part of you thinks that it is somewhat sustainable and like, oh, you're an artist now and this and that, and you keep telling yourself this and that, and then when it comes crashing down to basically nothing, what are you left with? What are you going to do, right? You have to now humble yourself in a way that you probably never had to humble yourself before, because what are you left with? You're left with your next drawing, which is, you just started it. It's looking like utter crap compared to that previous drawing that you have just completed. So you're starting basically from square one all over again. And this is something that I didn't really take into consideration, and this is something that I don't think people understand when they try to become an artist or an entrepreneur, even for that matter, is the fact that there will be ups and downs that come along the way. And if you've ever been used to having a career or a job that had a set paycheck, and you relied on the consistency of that, well, you're in for brutal awakening when you realize that that income isn't necessarily going to be as consistent as what you had at your job. And I just wanted to, I guess, share my firsthand experience with you guys, in the fact that I guess this is my first time coming to the realization that being an artist is basically like being an entrepreneur, in the sense that there's going to be all kinds of very intense highs and there's going to be some intense lows. And what are you going to do when those lows come, right? Are you going to feel sorry for yourself like I did for the last week or so? Or are you just going to keep grinding and understand that this is part of the process, right? And like I said, I was unprepared for this fact, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Anyone out there who's trying to be an artist, or especially if you're in your early career as an artist, or you're just trying to be an artist professionally, something that I guess they don't tell you, or I guess you don't hear, is you see all the success of these professional artists online, whether it's whether you think that's me or whether you think that that is someone else or whoever it is that you're following. You see all the highs, you see the success, you see that completed portrait, you see the process along the way, but very rarely do you see the hardships, the heartbreak, the self-doubt, the come downs that are associated with these highs. So I mean, if you're an early artist that has yet to experience that first break in your career, I guess you could say, even that first small breakthrough in your career, I just want to warn you guys that that's not going to be sustainable. That is going to be an awesome experience. Take it for what it's worth. Take in all the compliments, be super appreciative, show some gratitude, but you gotta stay humble, right? Like, I guess you're only as good as your last drawing is kind of the attitude that I like to take on, because okay, you drew this awesome drawing, but guess what, you're not shit. Right? You have to keep going, right? And no matter what, you have to stay humble and true to your craft and true to what has worked, right? For me, drawing a couple hours a day every single day has been what has got me at least to this level so far. Being sure to not be too distracted with the business side of it, or the Instagram side of it, or making these types of videos or anything like that. It's really important to stay humble, stick to what has got you to where you've been, at least so far. Right now, of course, you can make adjustments along the way, but it's important not to forget what has got you there in the first place, okay? So enjoy the success is what I'm trying to say, but don't put that success on a pedestal, okay? Realize, like I do now, that success is just a short-term thing, And unless you stay true to what got you there in the first place, that moment is going to be incredibly fleeting. And you might think that you're the shit, or your friends think you're the shit, or other artists think you're the shit, or maybe you think you're the shit, or maybe you are the shit. But it doesn't matter. Put your head down, keep working, and take in these positive comments. Understand that they're fleeting. Understand that it is a snapshot in time. You should enjoy the moment, ride that wave, but understand that that wave almost certainly will come crashing down in some way or another. I mean, crashing down sounds kind of harsh, but if you are under the impression that that wave is going to be sustainable at that peak forever, and this is now your new baseline, then it really will come crashing down compared to what you thought would happen. Okay, so I just want you guys to be prepared for that and understand that this stuff comes in waves. You're gonna have moments of success, moments of, where you're grinding on a drawing with very little recognition at all, and you have to be willing to push through that. And, I was actually talking to my mom the last couple days about this, and, she's a classically trained singer, and when she was younger, she used to perform, concerts here in Halifax at the Rebecca Cohen, and she completely understood what I was talking about, because she, would experience this, incredible high of performing a concert, getting all this adulation and praise and recognition, and basically feeling like you're the shit. What inevitably happens, you go back to your hotel, you maybe have some drinks, you party a little bit, you celebrate the success, right? You ride that wave, and then guess what? Everyone forgot, and you forgot, and what's left is... Sorry about that, my camera friggin' died just as I was finishing this video. What I was gonna finish up with saying was that all you're left with is a fresh drawing that doesn't look like anything yet, and you have to realize that this comes in waves, and it comes up and down, and you're gonna have moments of highs and lows, just like in any business, really. And being an artist at its core means that you are essentially an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur comes with its highs and lows, and you have to be willing to accept that, okay? So what's going to separate you from the others is going to be accepting that, understanding that ahead of time, which would be very helpful. What path are you going to choose? Are you going to take those lows for what they are and use that time to work on that next piece, and that you will have that next high coming in a few weeks or a month or a couple months from now? But anyway, I just wanted to share that little piece of knowledge with you guys, which is something that is brand new to me, so I figured, hey, why not share it with all you guys? By the way, what do you guys think of my face not being so friggin' close to the camera? I thought on my last video it was way too close, so I'm trying something different here. Anyway, that's it for the video. I hope to get another one out to you guys within the next few days. Make sure to leave comments below for any recommendations for future videos, and of course, if you're interested in learning from me, please check out my Patreon page, which is @FabriceTheArtist, same as my YouTube handle and my Instagram handle. If you're interested in owning a signed print of any of the drawings that I have posted on my Instagram, check out my Etsy page, which is also Fabrice the Artist. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in that next video. Peace.